What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Strength Solutions Podcast. We're on Apple and Spotify. You can rate reviews. Check us out on YouTube. Leave comments down below. Our website is strengthsolutionspodcast@gmail.com. Our email is strengthsolutionspodcast@gmail.com. So if you want us to talk about a future fitness topic, we can hook you up. Also, our website or our app is Strength Solutions, and you go out there and sign up for a free assessment.
Oh, yeah.
If you're from San Antonio. Social media, Facebook and TikTok, it's Strength Solutions Podcast. Also, I'm Strength Solutions Edwin.
I'm Strength Solutions Nathaniel.
And also,
got 15 more things to go through before we start the show.
No, dude, you know what's cool about the app though?
Yeah.
Actually, they don't have to just be from San Antonio.
Yeah, I guess
they literally could be online training, which what you did today.
Yeah.
So,
I was actually thinking about that because I set them up on the other app that we use for programming. But I was like, I'm gonna have them sign up on this too, just in case there's like, we got a video session or we got, a phone call or whatever, just to keep up. I could schedule them in my thing and just have time for them.
Not screw them.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind. No remote clients. I don't want
to. No. So what I really want to talk about is this love of social media. And I've been talking to my clients a lot about this all or nothing approach. And how it drives me insane that we still have this. And it's just crazy to me. You see, like, I was watching this video, and Brett Contreras, the good guy, right? Yeah. He was like talking about, I hate that he does this too, talk about like other influencers when they're doing videos. But he was like, this one was a real good one because this is what I've been saying. You could do a hip thrust like this or like this. And I'm like, the body's meant to do multiple things, right? Yeah. So like, I think we need to talk about this isn't the only right way to do things. Or like when Jeff Nippard's like, high volume's this. And I love like doing like lower volume, but going really intense. And it's just like they all have their positives and negatives.
Yeah. And I mean, it's funny too, because I mean, we watch most of them and it's like, they're never really wrong, right? But they're also never really right. And so it's in this weird amalgamation of things where it's in between, and it's confusing to clients. It's confusing to even, us, right? Like who are trying to look at research or learn new things. And it's like, okay, well, what the hell is the right way to do stuff? Now, we obviously know that it's super individual, right? And it just depends on the client and what they need, what their goals are. For example, you just mentioned, I was talking to somebody earlier today. They are a runner, right? That's what they like to do. And so, I was telling him and kind of explaining, I was like, look, my goal isn't to get you super huge or get you doing a big old deadlift or something like that. My goal is to make your running more efficient, make you better at it, right? So that you don't feel so fatigued. You can push off better, you're able to rotate better, and all those things. And that's their program, right? And it doesn't mean that, since he's not doing, high reps, low weight, or because he's not doing high weight, low reps, he's doing it wrong. He's just doing exactly what he needs to do for his goal.
Yeah, and all because you lift a certain way. Genetics plays a certain role. You're not just going to get big overnight.
Yeah. I was at the gym today, and there was this girl who was benching
Whoa, does Camille know about this?
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me?
She runs in.
She was benching 145, dude. And I looked at her and I was like, she doesn't look particularly huge.
Powerlifter.
She's not like super jacked or like crazy shredded or anything. She looked good. Like she looks like she works out. But I mean, you get somebody else that may look exactly the same. And how many times can you say you've seen a girl bench that much? Like that's a lot, bro, And so, genetics plays a role.
Genetics. Also, you could lift for just strength.
Yeah.
And not get muscular. Look at your Olympic lifters. Look at some of the power lifters that are out there.
Yeah.
What's that guy, Antoli?
Yeah.
Right. And he doesn't look the part, but he is strong.
Super strong.
People got to realize like hypertrophy and strength, they do correlate, but they also don't correlate.
Right.
So it's this messed up thing that we think, this is what it is.
Because they're big, they must be strong.
Because I know people have looked at, like when I did 90s the other day and shoulder press. And this guy's not going to be, like I got looks.
Right, yeah.
I was like, I am a handsome fella.
Yeah, thank you. But please look away. I'm married.
I'm married. I'm gonna wear like a I'm married t-shirt.
Yeah. You should wear a shirt that says "I have a girlfriend."
I can't say I have a wife. Because if it says I have a girlfriend, she'd be like, "Who is that girl?"
Yeah, who's your girlfriend then?
Who's
Because
that?
I'm your wife.
Yeah. Don't make me knock that bitch out. No, but going back to this all or nothing, right? So China is going into this all or nothing. Like if you're a social media influencer, I don't know if you saw, you have to have credentials.
Oh, so you have to have like a license or something?
Yeah, like you got to be a physical therapist. You got to be this and that. Sounds great in theory, right?
Yeah.
But did you know doctors actually sold their soul to camel? Like this doctor smokes this much.
Oh,
like back in the day, right?
Yeah,
so
you're
like,
right. You're right. They did.
Researchers sell their souls to companies, right? In capitalism, who's not going to say state is not going to control who talks, right? So
especially
if
you're licensed by the state, right?
Yes.
Like, that's a interesting thing.
Yeah. So this, and I've seen some people comment like, "This is such a good idea," because, and of course, come from like doctors and stuff, because there's a lot of people who are blah blah. And I was like,
and I smoke a lot of cigarettes.
But at the end of the day, it's a freedom of speech. Learn how.
Sure.
I think what we need to do is educate the community on like, how do I listen to stuff? How do I apply it to my real life? Those are the things that we want to do for people versus telling you how to live your life. And it's like this all or nothing approach because he's a doctor. He knows everything. Blah, blah, blah. He knows what he knows, but it doesn't mean he knows everything. Like, I'm not going to go to a doctor to fix my plumbing.
Right.
Like he may know something about plumbing because he enjoys that for his side thing.
Yeah.
And he may be very educated in it. So I don't think credentials mean, I mean, how many trainers you see, they work out with clients and stuff like that, but their credentials training and they still don't train people properly.
Yeah.
The amount of abuse and volume and stuff like that. Like
it doesn't matter how
credentials. How many times have I seen like physical therapists who do exercises? Because we do a lot of movement quality.
Sure.
And I'm like, and then where I got clients coming in, and they're like, I went to physical therapy, nothing really worked, blah, blah. And it could be something simple as like, it's not your shoulder, it's your hand.
Yeah.
Right? Or it's your foot, not your hip. And because they're so worried about the symptom, according to insurance and stuff like that.
Sucks.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah. Agreed.
Get your Joe Camel.
I guess we'll see what ends up happening over there, right? I mean, let's see if, I don't know, people are better educated or they get information quicker. I don't know, whatever it is, but we'll see. Because, I mean, I would argue that I guess at least it would kind of like sort out the mush, so to speak, of people who are just like saying whatever, but it doesn't mean that this is the best thing to do.
What I think the best thing to do would be like, look, this is my profession. Like you have to like state, this is what my profession is.
Yeah.
This is my experience. This is what I see. This is who I've worked with. If you're to do credentials, like go down the list of things. I am not paid by a researcher or I am paid by this research company, right? Like label every little thing in your little comments below. And that'd be the only way to really see if like this person's trying to be truly honest with me.
What you're saying is that we don't need more certifications. We need more clarity, right? We need more.
It's just like we don't need more knowledge. We need more application.
And we need more honesty.
I think we know so much in fitness. I think most of it comes down to like, there is this like movement, right? Just to like move, but you also have to learn how to move. There's some truth into that. And then there's some truth in like, you need to do cardiovascular work and strength training. I remember there was this whole movement, like just pushing strength training, which I get, right? But for total health, you still need cardiovascular. You still need mobility.
Yeah.
You still need some grip strength. You need a lot of things. And like, how do I make exercise feasible? Because if I go all in on strength training, then I'm not neglecting my cardio, my mobility. Yeah. If I go all in mobility, I'm neglecting these other aspects. Like this all or nothing approach doesn't work for even that as well. Mm-hmm. Most of us are somewhere in the middle. It's just like let's talk about politics a little bit.
Uh-oh.
The SNAP benefits, right? People are getting upset that people are on SNAP and they like have proof that people take advantage of SNAP and then they're buying these Gucci Louis Vuitton bags and then they're going on vacation. You're giving this person like this, like, oh, they live this perfect lifestyle because they don't work at all and they're going on vacation still and they're getting SNAP. Yes, there's a few people in the population take advantage of it, right? Then on the other end of the spectrum, ultra wealthy, there's some really good ultra wealthy people.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
Right. From what I'm understanding, Mark Cuban's a pretty good, like he's really trying to solve like the medical issue and healthcare issue. I don't know if you noticed he did insurance too that he's trying to work with.
So I know for a while he had like his own like pharmacy company.
Correct. Yeah, he still does. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And still trying to figure out, like, he seems like a good wealth. I don't know anything about him. I'm just saying he seems. But there's also like ultra, like, I take advantage of people wealthy, right?
For sure.
And so on both ends of the spectrum, you can't just like take one person and say everybody's like that, right? And this is all or nothing approach in society like that. All immigrants are like this. All Christians are like this. All Muslims
because
are like this. Why are we doing that?
In every situation and every, class or whatever, there's going to be people who are taking advantage of the system, right? Yeah. It's almost human nature.
I'll be upfront. I was on food stamps.
Yeah.
And so look how hard I work. If I got out of it, it's hard to get out of it. Yeah. It's not that easy. And especially with like inflation going up, it's going to be even harder.
Like when I was younger, I honestly don't know because I was so small, but I do know that we had like I think it still exists, but it may be like an old version of like Medicaid or whatever. It was called CHIP.
Oh yeah, I remember CHIP.
Yeah, and like that's what my parents had. We had
chips.
WIC. yeah. It was Lay's potato chips.
Yeah.
You're sick, you eat some of these. So,
CHIP and WIC. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's like we needed it. We didn't have any money. And even when my daughter was young and stuff like that, like man, and it helped, dude. Like it just took it off of your mind, it was like, okay, I don't have to worry about food this month, like I know we're going to eat, I know we're going to get something healthy and good. But yeah, there's some people that use it properly and some people that don't.
Yeah. And there's people who use their credentials properly and they don't, Dave Asprey, don't have cheese pizza because it's the worst thing you could do to your body.
Yeah.
Like this is the stuff that people don't think about too. Like people credentials are looking at like, how do I live like a perfect organism versus like, how do I apply this? He's one of those people organism. Like, hey, I want to enjoy pizza. Like you sent it to me like right away.
Yeah.
Like who gives a fuck? Like I want to live life.
Pizza, yeah.
Like, and we've talked about all the times, the social aspect of life is like the longevity thing, right? You don't have no social interactions. They've even done studies on twins where one person got loved and the other one didn't. And then the baby ended up dying without love.
Yeah. Straight up. They had everything that they needed, except for that.
But don't have cheese pizza because it's going to kill you.
Okay.
It's horrible for you.
All right. Well.
Down the drain.
There's no point in living then.
Yeah. And because, when doctors tell you you're internally bleeding, that's where blood goes. That's such a scam.
Yeah.
I was laughing at that.
My blood's always internal? What's the problem? I don't understand.
Dude, that was funny, dude. I was like, so if I'm internally bleeding...
What's the big deal here? Just it'll fix itself.
But something does fix it.
What's that?
There's like this new gel that they have, and you're bleeding real fast.
Yeah. I saw that. I think that you sent it to me. This guy, like, he created this company. They said in his dorm room, right? Like that's where he's like started the idea and all this stuff. And he had
it probably started out as a lubricant, and he was like, "Oh, what can I jerk off to?"
It's so funny, dude, because like people in the comments are like, "Oh, we know how this guy started it. Gel substance, sure." But now I think they said that he already has a product. I forgot what it was. I think it's like the same product, but for like minor scrapes and like things like that, where you can just apply.
It's like a super glue. Right?
It's straight up like sci-fi stuff, It's like a syringe of stuff that you just put on top and it just like seals it mechanically, right? So what they mean by that is that it's like a physical thing blocking like the blood. Yeah. But now they're creating it for like large wounds, like gunshots and stuff like that, to where you can just like squirt this stuff in there. I think they said it in their thing too, that it pretty much looks and has a consistency of like hummus.
Really?
Yeah. It's like,
can I eat it?
I would probably try. Give me a pita chip. I'll give it a shot.
Yes.
But
clogs your throat.
So it seals it.
Yeah.
So I need more chips. But super cool, man. Really, really cool.
Medical technology is amazing.
Yeah.
So I was telling you earlier in this week, I think it was Monday, and what's lacking is a lot of empathy. And how we see society, right?
Yeah.
And like how we choose who's taken care of and who doesn't get taken care of.
And who gets like put on a pedestal and who doesn't. Right?
Yeah. And, like we look at a bartender, they're just doing an easy job, but they're still serving the community in a way, right? Yeah. These Walmart employees that are warehouse people and they're front end and all this stuff, they're still serving the community, but they shouldn't get paid to live at all,
because
pretty much.
They don't work hard enough.
So like, I think the way we've been brainwashed over the years is to like, the only people that matter in society are these people because they make this much.
Yeah,
people deserve,
not even because of what they do, right? But because of how much money they make.
If you're part of society and you're helping with society, you should be able to live a life. I'm not saying you're like going to have a luxurious life.
Sure.
It's funny because a lot of people are like, you see these people on EBT and they have this or whatever, blah, blah. And I was like, they decide to spend their money that way, but they really don't have anything. If you're looking at a purse that they're spending on and you think that purse is any indicative to like their lifestyle, because I've been in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I've been in some of those like houses that are dilapidated and they're like messed up.
And it might be like their only thing, right?
That they
like
have
the thing that they have and they value and stuff like that. And it's like, fucking let them have a goddamn purse if they want, you know? And it's like,
they're not buying like 20 Gucci purses.
Yeah. And even then,
it's probably a fake too.
And like, it's so funny because in my head too, I'm like, okay, let's just say that purse costs $500. If you gave them $500 cash, they're still going to spend it in a month, you know, on food or whatever. Like, it's not suddenly like, oh, you get rid of their purse, so now they can have the whole life that they think that they should be living. And it's like, nah, bro, like, you know, like, what the hell is the issue here? But I think you're right, man. I think, I mean, even to another aspect, like teachers, right? Like, why are they not some of the highest? Why are they not some of the highest paid people in society? Why? Explain it to me. And it's like, it makes no sense. And like you said, fucking bartenders with alcohol. How many CEOs and business networking events and things like that are done at bars over cocktails and stuff like that? Like they could be argued as keeping the business afloat, right? Because they
create the social environment.
They host all the social environment. You know, I know this guy. You know, he's gonna hook us up and he's gonna give us a good deal, and then their deal goes through, and it's, you know, we could argue that it was, you know, Joe over there shaking the cocktail thing that made it happen. You know, and it's like
created the mood for them.
Yeah, and it's like, but no. You know, he's working a slum job and should just get paid tips and that's it, you know?
Yeah, no, like I've been really thinking about this lately as the inequality gets bigger and bigger and we're still backing these people up. It's crazy to me. And I'm not talking about someone who's wealthy, who has a small business, which we're creating. I'm talking about people who are like, I think the top 3 guys own what 50% of Americans own.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we just saw that, right? It was like 3 people are about to own like
50% of what America owns.
Everything.
3 people.
3. Yeah, not 3%.
3 people.
3 actual individual people.
Which is crazy.
That's not good.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, but Hitler was creating a ballroom and then a ballroom's getting created now. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. I'm kind of scared.
It's insane. You know, someone made like a good comparison, I guess, and they were like, there's a ballroom getting built in the White House while there's people on the streets like starving, or the government shut down and, you know, food stamps and stuff like that is about to get taken away next month. People's kids are going to go hungry, you know, and then there's companies like, I don't know if you saw like H-E-B and Bill Miller are like donating a bunch of money, and it's like, why? Like, why are they doing it? Shouldn't the government be helping us? Why are we building a ballroom right now? Questions left unanswered.
I don't know, but speaking again of all or nothing, right? So like, let's go back into a lot of people put like, I'm the man, and when I set boundaries and stuff like that, and blah, 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 and this like social interaction, like, dude, there's a woman there too. It's not like just you as well. And what are you doing? Boundaries or are you doing demands? Those are 2 different concepts. And so, how all your boundaries really boundaries, or they're a demand of a partner, or is it reciprocated in a certain way?
Here's something that I learned like going through therapy and stuff like that is
whoa, we don't bring up therapy.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
That's for babies. Yeah. Pseudoscience. Learning about boundaries. So a lot of times people will say, I'm going to set up a boundary and I'm going to tell this person, don't call me anymore. Right. And you're like, I set up a boundary. No, what you did is you gave that person a demand. A boundary is something you do, right? So I'm no longer going to pick up the phone when this person calls me. That's setting up a boundary, right? And a lot of times with partners and stuff like that in relationships on both ends, right? Like men and women, a lot of times they'll say like, okay, well, you can't, I don't know, talk to this person anymore or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's not necessarily a boundary. What you should probably ask that person is, hey, could you stop talking to this person, right? And then it's up to them to make that decision, right? And if they don't, then okay, then you make your decision to walk off or leave or whatever. But there is a distinct difference there, and I think that people don't understand. And then
it's wording, right? Wording matters.
It's wording, and I think then you get up in these, like, how do I say it? Like, a lot of relationships become controlling, but it's under the guise of like, oh, well, I'm just setting up boundaries, right? This is just how I want to live. Like this, and my partner should do whatever. And it's like, no, you pretty much just cut this person off from a bunch of things because of your own insecurities or whatever. And it's like, that's not okay. You know, you're not setting the boundaries. You're controlling this person.
Yeah. Let's talk about this word playing too, right? So I was reading a Reddit post, and this millennial person about my age was writing like, Gen Z is lazy, but they get so much done, twice as much done as most people because they use AI technology,
Okay.
Right. Is that lazy? It's efficiency.
Yeah.
Yet they're not getting paid for the efficiency at which they're working because they're creating more productivity, which is not trickling down economically. And why would they want to if we're in a society that doesn't pay them that much, right? When everything's based off of money, right? And it's not lazy. It's efficient.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
And I guess, I don't know, I guess they look at it and they're like, well, I had to work twice as hard to get
because you're dumb.
Half of what you did done. And it's either, because maybe you weren't as educated or you just grew up at a different time, right? Where you just weren't able to get as much done and you had to work harder. But now we don't, right? And it's like, okay, well, you might see whatever, person sitting on the computer doing stuff. But like you said, like productivity is what? I'm sure it's higher than it's ever been.
For the graph, I can't remember. I want to say the 70s. It was like 300%, but only pay's gone up like 15 or something.
Oh, God.
Don't quote me on the numbers, but it's like something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like maybe the 20%.
It's not correlated, right?
But I'm just giving you a visual of like when I saw the chart. It was like, here's a gap of productivity. Here's the gap of actual pay. Didn't go up with productivity. So we're more productive than ever, getting the least amount out of it. And then 3 guys own almost half of it.
Yeah, I think it's not about being lazy. I think for a good reason, people are, a little unmotivated, to work hard, right? But
I would even argue they're not unmotivated. They're not working hard.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I know a lot of people who are working hard, even at Target, even at Walmart. I'm not going to say every employee that is out there is going to work hard. There's differences within employees. But I knew when I worked at Target, who worked hard, they should get paid more.
Yeah, I worked my ass out there.
And then the other people should not get paid as much. But if we actually respected that, but we don't. Yeah. Because it's about controlling for the shareholders at the end of the day.
And it's also about like, again, we're not looking at individuals, right? Where it's like, oh, well, Nathaniel and Edwin work really hard, so we're going to go ahead and raise their pay or whatever. Yes. It's like, no, Nathaniel he does the clothes, so he just gets paid whatever that is, right?
Or if we're getting raises, right? And, well, we can only give people this amount of money, so we're going to divide it, which is socialist in retrospect, right? You're not giving the hard workers the money.
I thought we were about capitalism.
You're right. We're about capitalism. And then they wonder why a lot of these younger people go from job to job to job. It's because they get paid more each time they go, because people who've been in their company for 20 years gets paid less. And I've literally had a talk with a client who worked at a company, and then she would see someone who worked 20 years and they were getting paid less than this new employee coming in. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy.
Or they'll just fire him, right? And be like, we'll just cut you out. This guy needs to get paid more.
I'm out. All right, let's go to our studies.
That's ridiculous.
Running fixes what junk food breaks in the brain. New research reveals exercise counteracts the mood-damaging effects of Western-style diet. Through specific gut hormonal mechanisms, running restored metabolites tied to mental well-being and balance. Key hormones like insulin and leptin. However, poor diet limits the brain ability to generate new neurons, showing diet still matters full brain benefits.
Yeah.
When are we to actually talk about you have to do both? You have to eat well, you have to sleep well, you have to exercise. I think you have to have a good social environment. They all play a role.
And I think this also drives home the point that we were making earlier, where if I were to read this study, I would go, oh shit, I have to start running, right? Running is what fixes the junk food, shit. But it could. I think what the actual thing here is probably exercise
and movement, right?
And movement.
It could be even cleaning your house.
Yeah. And how much running, right? Do I need to become a runner, or can I run 10 minutes a day and that's good enough?
How intense?
Yeah. And so, and I know that maybe people are listening and they're like, "Well, we all know that," but like some people don't, right? And some people do read this and go, "Oh shit, this is the only
running's gonna fix my problems."
Right? Yeah. And then they go and they get injured, and then they're like, "Oh shit, running sucks actually," and then maybe they're in a worse position than they were before. But I think the reality is that. And I think this is also something like we say a lot of the times that we all sort of know, right? At this point, like, I don't think there's an education problem. I don't think there's an information problem. I think there's an application problem, right? And it's like, I think most people know that working out probably would make them feel better, but they just can't figure out how to apply it.
Yeah. And I think what you get out of a study like this is get a coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what will help you. I think there's people who avoid getting a coach or a financial advisor because they think they know everything. And we've had this talk all the time. And, there's a reason why we reached out to a financial advisor. He brought so much information to us that we didn't even think of.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why there's these jobs. And talking about older clients, it was more of a community back then. And you could get deals from each other. You would work with each other. And the problem is we've gone on this global scale when we need to go back to these communities so that way we can work with each other in person and really help each other in person because you're more likely to do something for someone else that you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me just throw money your way.
Or like just like trading goods or services and things like that, right? Like people don't look out for each other as much anymore.
All right. This next one's going to show you how incredible the metabolism is. Your gut microbiome might be turning fiber into extra calories. Arizona State University scientists found that people whose gut microbiomes can make more methane extract more calories from fiber-rich foods. Methanogens help the microbiome turn fiber into energy by consuming hydrogen and producing methane. Using advanced metabolic chambers, researchers measured how diet and gut chemistry interact, showing that methane may signal of efficient digestion. The work could lead to personalization diets based on individual microbiomes.
Hang on. This is about farts?
Fart.
What this is about right now?
I was reading it and it's really interesting. And it's just like shows you, yes, calorie in, calorie out matters. But there's so much that goes into it. Because I know for a fact, I cannot get away with as much food as my brother did growing up. And we would eat almost the same shit. Sometimes he'd eat more than me. And how individualized it is. Like, I can't have corn. You can't have what? Nuts?
Milk. Tree nuts.
like nuts in your face. But yeah, it just shows you how individualized and what can you apply and control is what matters, right? And I think that's what this whole segment's about.
I like, because oftentimes you'll say things like, it's not just about what you're eating, but how your body digests it, right?
Digest, absorb, and use.
Yeah, and all of those things. And it's like, hey, we might be telling people like, let's eat a lot of fiber because it's going to make you feel really full, right? And it's going to help with your digestion. And you're trying to lose weight, so this is a good idea. And who knows, they may be getting extra calories from fiber, right? And then you're sitting there going like, oh shit, what the hell's going on, Fiber isn't supposed to give you calories or whatever. And so it just really like brings to the point of trying to get to the individual, what they use, what they need. And to your point earlier too, like get a coach, right? Get someone that's going to try and learn, going to try and help you and figure it out.
Yeah. Like I like that we have recently talked about like 1 gram of protein is the goal, right? But we know people are going to fall short of it.
Yeah.
And that's on purpose because we want you to be close to 0.6, 0.7 to 0.8.
At least getting
there.
Right. Yeah.
And getting there. And once you're there, you're good. You don't have to go to 1. Right? A lot of times people are like, oh, 1 gram's a lot. But I was like, well, if you got 0.6, you'll be fine.
Give it a shot. And then they're like, oh, I ate 100
but
grams this week.
If you train someone to try to reach that goal, application-wise, then they're going to more likely reach the right goal that they need,
right?
Which then allows them to hit that goal consistently.
There you go.
All right, guys, if you like what we're doing, we're on Apple and Spotify. You can rate and review us. Check us out on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. Website, strengthsolutionspodcast.com. Free blogs, free guides, and programs for purchase. Email Strength Solutions Podcast if you have future questions. Strength Solutions app if you want to sign up for a free assessment. Social media, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, Strength Solutions. I'm Strength Solutions Edwin.
I'm Strength Solutions Nathaniel.
Until next time, guys. What?
See ya.
Deuces.